I'm Todd Grisham, and what a venue. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Riddick Bowe, 6'5", 240 pounds with a reach of 81 inches. Up against them, Larry Holmes,
6'3", with a reach of 81 inches. He weighed in at 213 pounds.
Giving away a lot of weight here, so now this is where you have to be smart. This is where you've got to be sharp. You've got to try and time those shots coming through. Even being lent on by the heavier opponent makes it hard. You've got to be fit. You've got to be on point. You cannot afford to make any mistakes.
Here comes Riddick Bowe, the Big Daddy, the 1988 Olympic silver medalist, a two-time heavyweight champion, and one of the best inside fighting heavyweights. Here comes...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York, here is the Olympic silver medalist and the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Fighting out of the blue corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the East.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry. When there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart involved, that's when you get a good fight, one-on-one.
Thousands of... Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. They exchange punches. Just missed with that hook. The jab just got blocked. This fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
Terrorize them into not wanting to throw a punch because they don't even see the shot leaving.
Out of the way, that right hook. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. Hook just can't find the target. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Now relax, relax. Just keep them on the other end of that.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round.
Start working a few body shots in there. Hurry up a little bit. We can't figure that. Good work.
Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing? You've been coasting this fight, and now you've let him get back into it. Now it's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident. You've got to take that confidence.
Just the same again. Don't change too much. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. And he just
weren't loading up. He was still landing your power shots. Good work. And don't forget the jab.
What do we expect to see here in round 2? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? It's the typical big man, little man argument. He's got to be quicker. He's got to move a lot to win this fight.
There's an old saying, a good big one will always beat a good little one.
They miss with the jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be... And there's the bell for round 3. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Straight right just misses. Good counter punching. Oh, and he caught him with a left hook. Nice counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. A very competitive round here so far.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Gotta ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Bowe in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond. And there's the bell to start round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Jab doesn't quite connect. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. frustrating because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You'd like to see more jabs. This fight has a real good flow to it. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. After what we saw in that last round. And there's the bell for round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Couldn't land that jab. How about that time counter shot? Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with that jab. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The courage on display here is incredible. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Bowe in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Just get your breath back.
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching.
Here we go in the 6th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
You don't want to trade shots. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch.
could go either way. 10 seconds to go.
Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something.
Don't want to lose this fight.
There's the bell to start round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this...
Whoa, Johnny! Well, the Easton assassin in some trouble here. And Larry Holmes goes down. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Clearly his opponent was too much for him, and he's thrown in the towel. So they will throw in the towel. The corner has stopped it. They won't be happy about that, but c'est la vie.
They don't like that. Listen to that. Oh, listen to that. When he gets back to the gym, his team is going to give him hellfire. This is what you work on as a fighter.